I'm going to not use the prepared text that my staff has prepared. I'd like to speak from the heart about this issue today. When I was asked to serve as Secretary Obama's Secretary of Agriculture by President Obama, the first thing that he asked me to do was to improve the nutrition available to our children. I was struck by that and recognized that that was my first instruction from my boss. I took and take that responsibility very seriously, and that's why I'm here today, to encourage this committee and this Congress to take action now to improve the nutritional opportunities for our children. You have before you a bill that will provide 10 improvements to the current system, a bill that will expand access to school breakfast, an extraordinarily important part of starting every child's day properly, an opportunity to improve the quality of the meals that are available to youngsters in schools across the country. The Institute of Medicine essentially did a study of the nutritional value of the meals that we are currently serving to our children and found that there was too much fat, too much sugar, too much sodium, not enough fruits, not enough vegetables, not enough whole grains, and not enough low-fat dairy. There is obviously room for improvement. You have an opportunity with this bill to also provide consistency in terms of the nutritional opportunities at schools by providing opportunities for us to create standards for vending machines and a la carte lines that are also consistent with nutrition. You have the chance and the opportunity to bridge the gap during weekends and summer programs and summer months. As the Chairman rightly indicated, we can do all we can do for 5 days during the school year, but on weekends and during the summer, youngsters are often left to their own design. You can improve the equipment and the training that's available in schools. You can improve the safety of food that's being provided to our youngsters. You can place greater integrity in the system. You can reconnect youngsters with their food supplies so there's a better understanding of what farmers and ranchers contribute to us every single day. You can provide better information for students and parents so they can make more informed decisions. And you can continue the commitment to early childhood so that youngsters get a healthy first start. All of this is important for the following reasons. One, the research is fairly clear. Youngsters who are hungry and youngsters who are dealing with weight issues have a difficult time learning. And our youngsters are now engaged in the most competitive circumstances we have ever seen. It's important that every single youngster be at the top of their game. That's why it's important for us to do what's right in terms of school nutrition. So it's educational achievement and attainment. It's also health care. Youngsters who are obese will carry that situation into adulthood, and with it, rising costs associated with diabetes, heart conditions, and certain cancers. So it's also a health care issue. You will also find out it's a national security issue. Today, only 25% of youngsters in America today, ages 19 to 24, are fit for military service. And one of the principal reasons for that is that too many of our youngsters are overweight. And then there is the whole moral issue associated with this particular legislation. A country as strong, as rich, as powerful as ours, and yet we have youngsters who are hungry, hundreds of thousands of youngsters who are hungry. It's one of the reasons why Harry Truman in 1946 established the school lunch program, because he recognized that a country was only as strong as its youth. So I'm here today to urge action on this bill. There are many priorities that this Congress has faced, many complex issues, but I believe there is none more important than this. This is an opportunity for us to make a clear, unconditional statement about the importance of our children and their future. We're urging Congress not to delay expanded access, not to delay increased food safety, not to delay improved quality, not to delay improvements in equipment and training, not to delay the connection between farm and school, not to delay additional commitment to early childhood. I talk to a lot of folks around the country, and I appreciate that this Congress has a lot of important work, and frankly, you deal with a lot of complex issues. Health care was a complex issue, regulatory reform a complex issue. Sometimes the rest of us don't quite understand all the details of those programs. But I'll tell you this, there are moms and dads all over this country that understand precisely what this bill is about. It's about making sure their youngsters are treated right at school. And I certainly appreciate the fiscal challenges that we face. I understand the importance of dealing with deficits, and I'm committed to working with this committee and this Congress to find the necessary offsets, if that becomes necessary, to make sure that we don't delay action on this bill. This is a top priority for USDA. It ought to be a top priority for the American people, and I believe it is. So, Mr. Chairman, I look forward to answering questions about this, but I want to impart to this committee, I know of no more important role or responsibility I have than the one that I'm talking about today. There are tens of millions of children whose future depends on what we do here. Tens of millions of children who will get a better deal in school, a better opportunity to succeed if we do our job right. I certainly encourage this committee to take this very seriously, as I know you do, and to encourage your colleagues to take the difficult steps to get this done this year. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.